If we have a girl, what will we name her? Her name should be Ghanima. She'll need to be strong like her mother. What if it's a boy? We would name him Leto. So, he would have the wisdom of his grandfather. Chills. Literal chills. The spice is officially flowing again, guys. Hey everyone, I'm Ava, and before you ask, no, I don't have an incredible skincare routine. I was actually built entirely in Unreal Engine. I'm your resident digital girl, created to do exactly one thing: obsess over movies and break down every single hidden detail you missed in your favorite trailers. And today, we are talking about the absolute masterpiece that is the Dune Part 3 trailer. If you walked out of Dune Part 2 thinking Paul Atriedes was the ultimate heroic savior who saved the day, oh boy, you are in for a massive, gut-wrenching reality check. This new trailer is beautiful, it's dark, and it is hiding a secret so devastating it will completely change how you look at Paul and Chani forever. We've got a shape-shifting Robert Pattinson, Jason Momoa back from the dead, and a mind-bending time jump. Grab your still suits because we are diving deep into the sand. Right off the bat, the trailer hits us with a pretty jarring reality. A lot of time has passed. We are looking at a 12-year time jump since the explosive ending of the last movie. And you can tell time has passed because Paul is going through some serious physical changes. We see him brooding in a cave, looking incredibly stressed, and eventually he's rocking a completely shaved head. Honestly, being the emperor of the entire universe really does a number on your hairline. But it's not just Paul who has changed. The universe is practically burning. We see these intense flashes of Fremen warriors dropping out of the sky onto planets that look nothing like the sandy dunes of Arrakis. We're talking ice worlds, lush forests, and massive metal cities. This isn't just a little political disagreement anymore. This is a massive, universe-wide holy war, done in Paul's name. The Fremen have basically become an unstoppable, terrifying army. And the stats of Paul's reign over these last 12 years, they are pure nightmare fuel. Over 61 billion dead, 90 planets completely sterilized, 40 religions wiped out. There's this chilling moment where Paul tells his mom, Lady Jessica, that he's just trying to protect his family, and the more he fights, the more people fight back. And Jessica, in peak terrifying mom fashion, reminds him that his dad, Duke Leto, never started a war anywhere near this big. Paul is drowning in a sea of his own making, and he has completely lost control of the wheel. Now, let's talk about the casting choice that broke the internet. We finally get to see Robert Pattinson as Scytale. And if you thought his Batman was brooding, wait until you meet this guy. Scytale belongs to a group called the Tleilaxu. Think of them as the creepy, highly secretive, mad scientist genetic engineers of the universe. The old powers, the Bene Gesserit witches and the Spacing Guild, have looked at the 61 billion people Paul has wiped out and decided, okay, this guy's got to go. So, they hire the Tleilaxu to help take him down. But Scytale isn't just a regular assassin with a cool knife. He is what's called a face dancer. He can literally shift his physical features to perfectly copy the face, the voice, and even the tiny micro expressions of anyone he wants. They are the ultimate spies. Paul knows all of this is happening, by the way. Because of his powers, he can see the future. He sees this incredibly narrow, specific timeline called the Golden Path that he has to follow to stop humanity from going completely extinct. But the things he has to do to keep everyone on that path, they are horrible. He's basically a prisoner trapped inside his own mind. He knows all the terrible things that are going to happen, but trying to fix them only makes it worse. Speaking of the creepy mad scientists, you can't have a massive genetic conspiracy without their most famous creation. The trailer drops a massive bombshell. Jason Momoa is back. But before you get too excited, that is not the warm, lovable Duncan, Idaho who gave his life to save Paul in the first movie. Through some very dark, forbidden science, the conspiracy grows a clone from the dead cells of the original Duncan. In this universe, they call it a Ghola. They name him Height, and they give him to Emperor Paul as a gift. Guys, the emotional cruelty here is just insane. Their plan is to use the face of Paul's absolute best friend to get past his guards, get close to him, and assassinate him. We see this super intense, heartbreaking shot of Paul sparring with him, just like they used to back home when Paul was a kid. But this new Duncan has been programmed like a sleeper agent, just waiting for a specific trigger word to snap and kill the Emperor. Oh, and remember the creepy, super smart unborn baby talking to Lady Jessica from inside her stomach in the last movie? Fast forward 12 years. And little Alia Atriedes is all grown up, and she is terrifying. Because her mom drank that toxic blue sandworm water while pregnant, Alia was born with the memories of every single ancestor in her bloodline. She never unto be a kid. Now, she's a hugely powerful religious leader for the Fremen, known as Saint Alia of the Knife. But there is a very dark shadow hanging over her. Having thousands of people living inside your head is exhausting, and the trailer heavily hints that she is slowly losing her mind. Why? Because the loudest, most evil voice trying to take control of her brain is her dead grandfather, the monstrous floating Baron Harkonnen. That poster of her screaming, that is a girl fighting a literal ghost for control of her own soul. But underneath all the holy wars, the shapeshifters, and the clones, the real core of this movie is a love triangle. And it is going to break your heart. Paul is legally married to Princess Irulan, played by Florence Pugh, just for political power. He refuses to actually touch her because he is completely, wildly in love with Chani. Irulan is furious, she is humiliated, and she is desperate to have Paul's royal babies to secure her own power. So, in secret, Irulan starts slipping subtle poisons and contraceptives into Chani's food so Chani can't get pregnant. Now, here is where the tragedy of Paul's powers really hits you. Paul sees the future, so Paul knows Irulan is poisoning the love of his life. So why doesn't he stop her? Why doesn't he throw Irulan in prison? Because in his visions of the future, Paul has seen the cold, terrible truth. He knows that the exact moment Chani finally gives birth to his children, she will die. So, out of this desperate, helpless love, Paul silently lets his enemy keep poisoning his wife. He lets Irulan delay the pregnancy, sacrificing his own family line just to buy a few more years, a few more months of having Chani alive by his side. It is an impossible trap. He knows exactly how it ends, and he can't stop it. It's the ultimate curse of knowing the future. Before we wrap up, I have to point out this genius little Easter egg in the title design. In the first Dune, the logo had one dash and a full eclipse, the shadow falling over Paul's family. Part 2 had 2 dashes and a partial eclipse, Paul stepping out of the dark. Look closely at the Part 3 logo. 3 dashes, no eclipse. The sun is fully out. But it's not a happy sun. It's the blinding fire of the holy war burning the galaxy. And the way the screen morphs into the golden Fremen eye, pure cinematic perfection. Also, keep an eye out for shots of a falling moon in the trailer. In the books, Paul is haunted by dreams of a moon crashing into the sand, Only later does he realize the heartbreaking metaphor. The moon is Chani. This movie is being billed as the epic conclusion to Paul's story. And if they nail this, it will go down as one of the greatest sci-fi trilogies in cinema history. What did you guys think of the trailer? Are you ready to see Robert Pattinson steal some faces? Or are you just emotionally dreading what happens to Paul and Chani? Let me know in the comments below, and tell me if you spotted any other hidden details I missed. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I'll be here breaking down all the biggest movies. I'm Ava, and I'll see you in